Laura here. I just wanted to give you guys a quick note about this reading vlog. This will be only the reading stuff that I did and none of the events that I attended, because I did actually go to a lot this week, and I did wind up seeing the Darkest Mind movie. So I'm going to separate out my reading vlogs so they're not like, you don't have an hour worth of content and you have like 20 minutes in each. And the Darkest Mind one will definitely be shorter. But yeah, that's a note. So enjoy my reading vlog. See you guys.
Hi guys, Lori here. Today is the first day of Booktubeathon. I was going to start this video a lot earlier, but I got a little bit distracted. I'm actually on my way to a job interview to be a theater teacher in the city, and then I'm going to head to the Alexander Bracken signing at Books of Wonder. But I wanted to catch you guys up on what I've decided to read for the first half of Booktubeathon. I am listening to Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. It does have green on the cover. I will be very honest, I started this like Friday, but it's a longer audiobook, so I figured that would be okay. And then I am also finally started Wicked King by Holly Black, which everyone and their mother wants. I'm on page 23. I literally just read the first 2 chapters and the prologue, but I'm really enjoying it so far. So I am going to catch you guys up probably after my job interview, just let you know how much I've read and how much progress I've made on Since You've Been Gone. Right now I'm on chapter 9. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Bye.
Hey guys, another editor's note. The Alexander Bracken clips will be featured in my Darkest Mind reaction video. So be sure to go check out those clips in that vlog when I post it. Guys, Lori here. I am back. You have seen several clips from the Alex Bracken event, and I opened the vlog as well. But I wanted to do my nightly check-in. I've never done Booktubeathon, but I know that there is like video challenges. I can't do the one today, which is like Book Attack, because I just don't have enough time and it's kind of late. But what I might do is I might try to string a couple of them together and do like a whole video. If you guys want me to do that, comment below once this is posted, and maybe I'll go back, or maybe I'll do some as one-off videos. I haven't really made those decisions quite yet, but I wanted to give you guys an update. I have about 2 hours left of Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I read this book a while ago. This was probably one of the first Morgan Matson books I ever read, and I know there's like 2 portions of the book that I do remember, but that's really it, so I'm kind of going blind into this. It's been a while since I read these books. I normally read them once and then I kind of don't revisit them, but I'm actually really enjoying my reread. The first time I read this book, I saw a lot of myself in Emily, but now I'm seeing a lot more of myself in Emily, which is kind of fun. She's definitely like a very, very shy character and doesn't really go out of her comfort zone in some things, and that's very much me sometimes. But I'm really liking my reread. I love all the cameos that we're getting from other books, which I never really kind of noticed before, but I'm noticing them now and I'm really enjoying them. And I am finally started Wicked King by Holly Black. I am about 80 pages in, and the one thing, no spoilers, no spoilers for the Wicked King. I will just like talk in like vague terms, and I'll do like a non-spoiler review at the end. But the one thing I love about Holly Black's writing is the world building. She creates such an easy world to just like fall into. And I definitely recommend that you definitely reread The Cruel Prince before, because I think there's a lot of like interconnectedness that I think would help. I am going to plan a reread of this series early next year when The Wicked King comes out, so I can like really appreciate it. But I love her world building. I think her world building is so stand out, and I absolutely love Jude in this book. I think her character is just so fascinating, and I've never really read a female hero like her before, and I think she's just so interesting. And I'm really compelled to see what this book becomes, because I'm literally only on page 80, and how long is this book? This book is like a little bit over 300 pages, so it's actually not that big, which hopefully means I can fly through it. I wasn't really reading a lot today because I had a job interview and I went to an event, which was really, really fun, but I'm really enjoying it. I love how we're learning more about, well, this is going to be a slight spoiler for book 1, but there was like an Assassin's Guild basically, and we're learning more about those members of the Assassin's Guild, which I'm really liking. That's really not, it's just that they were in the first book, but they get developed a little bit more in this book. and I'm really enjoying that. But I do love Jude as a main character, and I think her role in this book is super interesting. So I definitely will check in tomorrow. I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna read more tonight. It just really depends. But yeah, I just wanted to guys check in and let you guys know what I've been reading and if I'm enjoying it. But yeah, this book is definitely easy to read. It's very like an easy fantasy, but it's just the world is so rich, the characters are so rich, and I'm really enjoying my read. So I'll be sure to check in tomorrow and give you guys my progress and maybe do the challenges as well. We will see what it brings. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hi guys, Lori here. It is about almost 2 o'clock on Tuesday, and I did actually make some reading progress today. So far, I have read. I got just over 100 pages in The Wicked King because today the kids were chaotic as anything else. There was like 30 of them, so it was really hard to read. I shouldn't be reading when I'm watching them anyway, but I really love this book. I think Jude is such a fascinating character to me, and I don't think I really realized it until this book how unique her character is. Like, I really like her as a character. But it's funny, when I read book one, I said, like, oh, it's like Game of Thrones, but like, like set in the world of fairy. This book really takes my, like, premise to, like, another level because it reminds me so much of the politics that are being played in Game of Thrones, and I really am loving it. I always love a love-hate relationship, and I'm really enjoying Jude and Cardan. I think their relationship is just so fascinating. And I also love when we get more female characters in novels, and there are so many females in this book. I just think it's so engaging. I'm really loving it. I would love to bang this out today. It may not happen, but I got up to page 100. So, that is what I'm up to in this. I also am slowly making my way through Hocus Pocus, the sequel, which I have been reading on my phone because on my other couple of jobs, you can like read when you're just standing there. So I have like less than an hour left in that, and I really hope to finish that on Friday. And I'm also have an hour and a half left in Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I am now at the part where I do not want to stop reading. And that always happens when I read Morgan Matson books because you get to like the climax point and you're like, okay, well now I need the happily ever after. So I am going to go back on my bike ride, hopefully knock out a little bit more of that book. I'm going to go to yoga tonight, and then when I come back from all that stuff, I will update. I actually might update before I go to yoga. We will see, but I just wanted to give you guys an update. I have read 100 pages of Cruel Prince, and I have an hour left in Since You've Been Gone. And also an hour left in Hocus Pocus, the sequel, but I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Or no, sorry, I'll talk to you guys later today. Bye. I'm back. I did actually wind up completing one book for the Booktubeathon, and that is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I wound up listening to it, and I actually really liked it. This is my second time reading it, and I think I felt so much more connected to Emily as a character this time. I loved all the nods to the other books, and there are more nods, like, to future books even, which I thought was kind of fun because there was a lot of nods to Clark in Unexpected Everything, which I just read like recently. But overall, I really love my re-listen, and I definitely want to re-listen to the other two eventually because I haven't re-listened to Amy and Roger's Epic Teacher, and I haven't re-listened to Second Chance Summer. But I actually really did enjoy those as well. And I actually did make some progress on The Wicked King. I am now on page 144 of The Wicked King. And guys, I said this before. I said this when I read Cruel Prince. This really is so much like Game of Thrones. Like, it's the politics remind me so much of Game of Thrones. And I just really like seeing Jude as a character. I think Jude is so fascinating to read from her point of view, and I love how she basically, what she became at the end of the book, and now what she is, and I'm really loving it. I'm really hope to finish it maybe tomorrow. We'll see how much reading I get done tonight after the bold type is on, and I do really need to catch up on the 100, so I'm actually want to reading this, which would be a great in between reading time because this is just as bloodthirsty as the 100 is. But I'm actually really liking it, and hopefully I'm going to can finish this by tomorrow, and then I think I'm going to move on to something more light, and I think I'm going to read To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han, and then I'm gonna read Cheerleaders. But that's gonna be my break book. But yeah, we'll see how much progress I make, and if I make enough progress tonight, I'm gonna actually check in tonight before I go to bed. But we will see. But I'll talk to you guys. If not tonight, then tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm also going to to a Sea Witch signing, and I'm going to see Waitress. I will be bringing the camera, and hopefully, if I'm close enough, I can get some clips for you. And that will be like the deciding factor of what this vlog actually is. If this vlog is just my reading updates and then I do another vlog about all my bookish adventures, we will see. But I will talk to you guys later. Bye. We need to chat. So, I did wind up completing Wicked King. Oh my god. This was probably the most funniest reading experience of my life because I was in the city all day today. I went to go see Waitress, and then I went to a event, which you will see a couple of clips. I don't know if it's going to be in this video or a different one, for the event with Sarah Hennon, Bree, who wrote Heart of Something, and then Zoraya Cordova. So I was at that event, but before that, I went to go see Waitress, which had Catherine McPhee. And I was sitting in my seat, and I had got to like a pretty far in. I would say I was like, maybe like about like, I had like 50 pages left in the book. And the person sitting next to me, I took my book out to show her. I was like, oh, do you like this book series? And I was showing it to her, and I got to a part, and I like screeched. I was like, oh my god, this is not a good situation. And then I went to the event, and I wound up finishing it as I'm like sitting there. And oh my god, I had to read the end twice because I was like, all this stuff did not just happen. This book was so well done, so well crafted. I have no words. I definitely am not going to spoil you guys, but the end is, again, I thought the end of The Cruel Prince was a game changer. This ending is a real game changer, so, like, I honestly do not know how I'm going to wait possibly until 2020 for the rest of the story. But, oh my god, this book was so, so good. I will definitely do a non-spoiler review, like, when it gets closer, like, probably, like, I'll do, like, a teaser review, maybe, like, in, like, October. But I will definitely do a non-spoiler review, and I'll probably post it on Goodreads now. If you guys go follow me on Goodreads. That's where I will post it. And I'll talk a little bit about it in my August wrap-up. But I don't want to spoil anyone just because I think the story really needs to be read and not told through me. But I really liked it. Definitely give this book 5 stars. I think once I reread this, and like as I'm going to reread Cruel Prince before it, I will enjoy it because I think this is definitely a tightly wound mystery or a tightly wound series. But I really, really I thought this was ingenious. I thought it was such a good sequel, and I really am excited for book 3 whenever I get to read it. Oh, that is challenge number 1. Well, the second challenge I completed because I finished listening to Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson, which has green on the cover. I finished reading my coin toss book, which was Wicked King. And now I'm about to start To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han, which is the book to movie adaptation. I'm really excited. I read about literally 13 pages of this book, and it's just fun. It's definitely a nice palate cleanser from Wicked King. And after this, I'm going to read Cheerleaders because I'm on a tour for that. But yeah, it's definitely fun. It's funny because I was always under the assumption that this book, basically the premise of this book is that Lara Jean writes love letters to all the boys she loves, but after she's like kind of over them, she's rich all her feelings, and that's kind of how like she like gets rid of her feelings, and she puts these in a hat box, and then they accidentally get sent. This is all like literally on the back of it. But I was always under the impression that her mother sent these letters. Turns out that's not actually true. So, but I'm literally like 13 pages into this book. I'm gonna hope to read a little bit more tonight. I actually have to watch my nephew tomorrow. He's 3. So I am gonna bring this with me, and hopefully I can get a little bit more reading done and then start Cheerleaders. But I don't honestly know if that's gonna happen. He's a very, very cute 3-year-old. So we will see how that all goes. But so far I'm liking it. It's definitely a nice palate cleanser, which I really needed after Wicked King. I needed something like later, and then I'm gonna read Cheerleaders, which will be another palate cleanser, and then I don't know what I'm gonna read. By then, probably Booktubeathon will be over. And I also didn't do the challenge video today. I'm sorry, guys. This week has been really, really chaotic. But I will be doing some Instagram photos before I leave tomorrow. So, yeah, just want to give you guys an update. And my update tonight before I go to bed, we will just see how far I get into it. But I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Or tomorrow. Bye. Lori here. I'm back. It is Thursday morning, and I do have to watch my nephew today, but I did make some progress, and I'm on page 48 of To All the Boys I Loved Before. This book is such an easy read, to be honest with you. It's so easy to fly through. I really hope I make a lot of progress on this today. I've never watched my nephew by myself before, so this will be a fun experience. I'm normally used to watching like 36 kids and not one, so hopefully he'll behave. We will see. But I really like it so far. Definitely Lara Jean reminds me a lot of myself. She likes to scrapbook. She's a very much an overthinker, which is totally me in like every aspect of my life. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. It's definitely like such an easy read, and I know that people have said like some people say she's really, really whiny. I don't see that yet. But they said that the family dynamics in this book is super interesting. I love the representation. I think it's great. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's a super fun read, and I hope to actually start cheerleaders at the end of today if my nephew behaves. I probably won't be vlogging today. I don't even know when I'm coming home because my cousin has to work a longer shift. But I will definitely catch you guys up when I come home tonight. And tomorrow, before I go to work, I'm going to do all my booktube challenges that I keep putting off. So that will be the plan for tomorrow. And if all goes according to plan, I'm going to go see Darkest Minds on Saturday with my dad. So I'm very excited. But I'll catch you guys up tonight. Bye. Hey guys, it's Laura. I told you guys I would update. It is now 9:55 and I had a pretty fun day. I wound up starting this morning, and I wound up reading it on the train to see my nephew, and I missed my stop because I was so engrossed in it and had to go backwards, which shows that's how good this book is. It's really, really fun, and it was just a fun read. I really needed something much lighter after Wicked King, which definitely needed, but I'm actually really enjoying it, and I'm on 344, so I think I have like maybe like 10 or 10 pages left. So I'm definitely going to finish this tonight and then move on to my next read. But I really liked it. It's just really, really fun. I love the diversity in it. It's definitely not what I thought the book was going to be, I will admit. I went in with kind of a couple of preconceived notions, but I really like Lara Jean. I think she's such a fun character. I don't think she's whiny. I think she's just a teenager, and I think she's just dealing with a lot. There's a lot of upheaval in her life, and I do really like the diversity in this. I think it's really interesting, and I really love the family dynamics in this story as well. And yeah, I'm liking it. I definitely like a 3.5, 4-star read for me, and I'll definitely be curious to see how this book ends and what comes next in the sequel because it seems pretty rounded out, but I'm curious to see what will happen in the next books, but I'm really enjoying it. I'll definitely check back in when I'm done and let you guys know what I'm going to read next. It was a super quick read. I just finished All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. This was book 3 of the Booktubeathon, which was movie into show, and I will have to watch the movie when it comes out the 17th. But it just was a fun read. I literally read this the entire day that I was watching my nephew. He was super well behaved, so he played with his trucks and his cars, and I read To All the Boys I Loved Before. I'm really glad I chose this because it was just a fun read. I really liked it, and I can't wait to see where book 2 and 3 goes. I don't know when I will be reading them, but I definitely wanted to have the context when I went into the movie. The trailer looks really, really accurate, I would say, so I'm really excited to read it, but it just was a super fun book. So the next book that I'm going to read, which is also part of the Booktubeathon, obviously, is The Cheerleaders by Kara Thomas. It normally has a really, really pretty spine, but I haven't, I don't want to go get it right now. But yeah, so that is what I'm going to start. I'm going to start this probably tomorrow. And yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that I have finished 3 challenges. I have finished a book with green on the cover. That was my audiobook, which was Since You've Been Gone. I finished Book to Movie, which is a contemporary. I finished The Coin Toss, which was Wicked King. And now I'm about to start Cheerleaders. I hope I can finish this and then move on to some other fun things. But if I can finish this, I'd actually be super happy. So I will check in tomorrow before I go to work and let you guys know how far I am. But I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Guys, Lori here. I'm back. It's Friday. And it is I just got home from work. Work was chaos today. The kids were so crazy and kids will be kids, so it was just chaotic. But I did on the way home wound up reading 22 pages of The Cheerleaders by Kara Thomas. This book I think comes out at the beginning of this month, and I'm actually on a tour on Thursday, so really need to move my butt. But it basically follows this town where there are no cheerleaders because a couple of years ago, a couple of cheerleaders were either murdered or committed suicide. So it kind of like left them kind of without cheerleaders because people were more afraid of it. We followed this girl named Monica, and her sister was one of the cheerleaders. So I'm literally like 22 pages into this. Kind of started off a little bit intense, so it definitely has mature content, at least already. I'm sure it will get worse, but I don't know if she winds up probably like a murder mystery. She's probably trying to solve the mystery of what happened to these cheerleaders. But so far it's really good. I'm intrigued. And I don't know I think we're gonna get different perspectives too. But I just started. I'm on page 22. If I could finish this book by Sunday, I would be really excited. But I don't know. But I'll check back in when I come home tonight or tomorrow. Probably more like tomorrow. But I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Guys, Lori here. It is now really late on Saturday. I had a really fun day. I had to work in the morning. We had kind of like a well, it was like a lot of rain, so it wasn't that busy at the gym. But I did wind up going to see Darkest Minds, the movie, and I'm going to talk about that in a different vlog because I went to a signing with Alexandra Bracken that won't be in this vlog. It will be in a different vlog, and I'm going to talk about my thoughts about the movie in there just because these vlogs will get kind of long if I put everything into one. But I have made some progress on The Cheerleaders by Kara Thomas. I've had a really bad headache all day, so I didn't get to read as much as I wanted, but now I'm on page 132. And I'm actually really liking it. It's definitely a psychological mystery. It's basically about this girl named Monica. And 5 years ago, 5 cheerleaders were killed or died in various ways. And Monica's sister was one of them. Monica's sister died. And now 5 years later, pieces are starting to not make sense to Monica, and she's kind of on a mission to figure out what actually happened that caused all those deaths. And this book is actually super interesting because you get a present timeline told from Monica, but then you get snippets of the story from Jennifer's perspective, which is the sister. And I really like that because it's like you get a different version of the story, and it also eventually is going to lead up to her death, I would assume. But I'm really intrigued by it. I have a really bad headache, so I don't know how much more I'm going to read tonight, but I'm also watching The Flash, older episodes of The Flash. That's what I normally do when I have really bad headaches. I watch TV shows that I've watched before, so I don't really have to focus that much on it. But overall, I'm really liking it. I really am enjoying doing Booktubeathon. I wish I would have done the challenges, but this week was just so freaking hectic that I really ran out of time. But it's actually been forcing me to read more, so I would love to finish this by tomorrow, which is why I really want to get some more reading done tonight. But I don't know. If anything, I'll finish this on Monday. But overall, I'm really enjoying it so far, and I will definitely check in with you guys tomorrow night, and I will end Booktubeathon. So talk to you guys later. Bye. It's Lori here. It's 8:07 actually on Sunday night, and I'm still reading Cheerleaders. I really hoped to finish this today. I still might after I wind up doing all my Booktube stuff tonight, but I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm on page 284, and I have to get up to page like 384, so I actually have 100 pages left. It's possible I might read this tonight, I just don't know, but I'm really liking it. I love a compelling psychological mystery, and this is definitely what that is. And I love what I do when I always go into these books is I always pick the most predictable person that would be the killer and always strive for the book to not do that as the killer. And normally authors surprise me, so I'll be intrigued because this book I have a couple of different options. I'll be curious to see who the actual killer is. It's possible that I will actually wind up completing this tonight, and I will do my reading wrap up like tomorrow night when I get home, and I will definitely include this because I actually read most of this during the readathon. I might actually wind up reading it tonight, but I actually overall had a really good time during this readathon. Let me review what I read. The first thing that I wound up finishing reading was Wicked King by Holly Black. That is the The prompt was like flip a coin, and the books I chose were between Cheerleader and Wicked King, and I wound up choosing Wicked King. I really like that. I gave that book 5 stars. I was really, really impressed by it. Sadly, you guys have to wait until January for that read, and I was lucky enough to snag an early copy at ALA. The second book that I finished reading was Since You've Been Gone, and that's a book that has green on the cover. I wound up listening to that. Little bit of honesty, I think I did start that book like Friday, but it was a kind of a long audiobook, so I am counting that. So that's the second book that I read. The third book that I read was To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. That was book to movie adaptation. The movie adaptation isn't actually out yet. It comes out the 17th, but I actually really liked it. I wound up giving it 3 stars. And then this is probably not really counted, but I did wind up finishing reading Hocus Pocus, the sequel, at work. I only had an hour left on it this week, so I really don't count that as like a book that I read, but I did make progress on it. And I will definitely finish Cheerleader tomorrow. So I am saying I read Wicked King, Since You've Been Gone, To All the Boys I Loved Before, and Cheerleader. So that's 4 books. I think that was pretty impressive for my readathon. And I will definitely consider doing more readathons in the future because they're just super fun. But yeah, that's this readathon. Let me know in the comments what challenges you completed and if you were happy with your success. And I'll talk to you guys later. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow when I start my next reading vlog. See you guys. Bye.